Yeah, I mean, he's got wonderful touch. He can shoot it extremely well, very athletic.
Wemby puts it down for three.
Wembanyama against Filipowski. Puts a body on the big fella, step back triple.
You ever seen a giant move like a point guard? Victor Wembanyama just did that. This 7'5" rookie isn't just tall, he's changing the game. He's out here shooting threes, handling the ball, and making defenders look silly. But you know what's crazier? He's doing it against the best. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter ever.
Wemby checks his feet, fires a three, and switches. Victor Wembanyama with his third.
Stuck his hands up there.
Wemby, another three. That is four.
Got a taste of what Wemby can do. Imagine being so good that Steph himself is shaking his head in disbelief. That's what we're talking about today. Picture this, Steph Curry, barely scraping 6-2, squaring up against Victor Wembanyama, a towering 7'5" giant. It's like watching a high school kid take on Godzilla, but here's the kicker. Both of these guys can shoot lights out. Now, we all know Curry's game. He's the guy who makes defenders cry with his three-pointers. But Wembanyama, he's not your grandpa's center. This dude can rain threes, handle the ball like a guard, and swat shots into the nosebleeds. It's like someone took all the cheat codes in basketball and made them into one player. But don't count Curry out. He's faced tall guys before. But this is different. Imagine trying to shoot over a guy who can practically high-five the shot clock. That's what Curry's up against. But you know what's crazy? He's not backing down one bit. Get this, in their first game against each other, Curry actually tried to win the jump ball. I'm not kidding. The crowd lost it. Everyone was cracking up, even the coaches. But Curry, he wasn't joking around. He really thought he had a shot. Spoiler alert, he didn't even come close. Wembanyama probably felt a slight breeze as Curry jumped, but that's Steph for you. He's always ready to take on the impossible.
Snapshot of the game, and I know we're taking a lot of threes. There's another one.
Underneath, didn't pass it. Now Wemby. Faces, turns, spins. Wemby, pirouetting.
When the game started for real though, that's when things got wild. Curry was weaving through defenders like they were traffic cones. But every time he went for a shot, there was Wembanyama, arms stretched out like he was trying to hug the whole court. And Wembanyama, he was doing things that shouldn't be possible for someone his size. One minute he's blocking a shot at the rim, the next he's draining a three from way downtown. It was like watching a cheat code come to life. The crowd couldn't believe what they were seeing. Neither could the commentators. It was like basketball had suddenly turned into a sci-fi movie, with Curry as the plucky underdog and Wembanyama as the alien with superpowers. But here's the thing, Curry wasn't backing down. Every time Wembanyama made a crazy play, Curry came right back with something even crazier. It was like watching a magician try to outdo a giant. And you know what? Sometimes the magician won. Now let's talk about what happened when the game really heated up. The game heated up, but Wembanyama, he's about to set the whole court on fire. Picture this, a player so tall he can high-five the shot clock, yet so skilled he can cross you up like Kyrie Irving. Sounds impossible, right? Well, get ready to have your mind blown. Let's zoom in on Wembanyama for a second. This guy is not normal, like at all. First off, his wingspan. It's over 8 feet. That's longer than some small cars. Imagine trying to shoot over that. It's like trying to score on a human windmill. But here's the crazy part. He moves like a guard. We're talking crossovers, behind the back passes, the work. It's like someone took a point guard and stretched him out like silly putty. You know how most big guys just stand near the basket? Not Wemby. He's out there shooting threes like it's nothing. One second he's swatting shots at the rim, the next he's draining threes from way downtown. It's like he's playing a totally different game than everyone else. Here's a stat that'll blow your mind. In one game, he blocked a 3-point shot, then ran down and hit a three himself in like 10 seconds. That's not basketball. That's like some kind of superhero movie. People are calling him a unicorn, but that's not even enough. He's like a unicorn that can fly and shoot lasers, but it's not all smooth sailing for our giant friend. Being that tall comes with challenges. Imagine trying to fit into a normal car or airplane seat when you're 7'5". It's like trying to stuff a giraffe into a shoebox. But when he's on the court, none of that matters. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. And that's what makes this matchup with Curry so insane. You've got the greatest shooter ever going up against a guy who can probably touch the top of the backboard without jumping. It's like watching a sci-fi movie where basketball meets Godzilla. Who's gonna come out on top? That's the million-dollar question, folks. And trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this action. Now let's talk about Steph. This guy changed the game, and he did it by being the exact opposite of Wembanyama. Curry's not tall, he's not super muscular, but man, can he shoot? We're talking video game numbers here. You know what's crazy? There was a season where Curry hit 402 three-pointers. The previous record, 286. He didn't just break it, he smashed it by over 100. That's like someone deciding to run a marathon and then going an extra 10 miles just for fun. But it's not just about the numbers. Curry shoots from places that make coaches have heart attack. Half court, no problem. With 3 defenders on him, sure. Why not? This guy's range is so insane that teams start guarding him as soon as he crosses half court. Can you imagine being so good that defenders are scared of you when you're 40 feet from the basket? And his shooting technique, it's like lightning, quick release, perfect footwork, and he can do it all while defenders are breathing down his neck. It's like he's playing a different sport than everyone else. Remember the 2024 Paris Olympics? Curry went full superhero mode, hitting 4 3-pointers in a clutch moment. It was like watching a real-life cheat code. The other team probably wanted to check if his controller was plugged in, but Curry's impact goes beyond just making shots. He's changed how the whole game is played. Now everyone wants to shoot threes, and teams are spreading out the floor like never before. It's like Curry took the old basketball rulebook and used it as toilet paper. And don't even get me started on his handles. This guy could dribble through a minefield without touching a single mine. He's proving that you don't need to be a giant to dominate in the NBA. Size isn't everything, folks, but facing Wembanyama, that's a whole new challenge. How do you shoot over someone who can probably touch the top of the backboard? It's like trying to score on a giraffe wearing stilt. That's what makes this matchup so exciting. It's the ultimate test of Curry's skills. Can David beat Goliath when Goliath can block the sun? We're about to find out, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Remember when basketball was all about big guys dominating the paint and guards staying on the perimeter? Yeah, those days are gone. Curry and Wembanyama are tearing up the rule book, and the results are insane. Coaches are losing sleep, fans are going crazy, and the future of basketball? It's anyone's guess. Let's talk about how these two are changing the game. You've got giants shooting threes like they're guards, and point guards battling 7-footers at the rim. It's like someone mixed up all the player positions in a blender and served it on the court. Coaches are pulling their hair out trying to figure out how to defend against this madness. How do you guard a giant who moves like a guard and shoots like Curry? It's like trying to stop a tornado with a butterfly net. But you know what's really cool? Curry's showing all the shorter players out there that they still have a place in the game. Size isn't everything, folks. It's about skill, heart, and the ability to shoot from practically anywhere on the court. Curry's proving that you don't need to be a giant to dominate in the NBA. And get this matchup is bringing in tons of new fans. People who never cared about basketball before are tuning in to see David versus Goliath on the court. It's like a real-life sports movie playing out every time these two face off. Jersey sales for both players have gone through the roof. Everyone wants a piece of this action. It's like owning a piece of basketball history. You won't believe the highlight reels from these games. Every time Curry and Wembanyama play, it's like watching a blockbuster movie. You've got Curry shooting from half court and Wembanyama blocking shots while barely jumping. It's non-stop action that'll make your head spin. But here's the craziest part. It's not just changing the NBA. Kids all over the world are trying to be the next Curry or Wembanyama. They're practicing those deep threes, working on their handles, and some are probably hanging from trees hoping to grow a few more inches. The future of basketball is going to be wild, folks. Imagine a league full of 7-footers who can shoot like guards, and guards who can battle giants in the paint. It's going to be a whole new game. So there you have it, folks. Curry versus Wembanyama, the sharpshooter versus the giant. It's not just a game, it's basketball evolution happening right before our eyes. These two are rewriting the rules, and it's wild to watch. And next time you see Curry and Wembanyama on the court together, don't blink. You're not just watching a game. You're seeing the future of basketball unfold. It's like watching history in the making, but with more crossovers and impossible shots. Think about it. We've got a 7'5" guy moving like a guard and a 6'2" guy outplaying giants. It's crazy. This matchup is pushing the limits of what we thought was possible in basketball. And you know what? It's only going to get crazier from here. So grab your popcorn and get ready for the show. The future of basketball is here, and it's absolutely insane.